In this video, I'll talk to you about nested loop. So from the name, nested means one loop inside another loop. So that has many applications that sometimes we need to put a loop inside another loop. And when we do this, make sure to include the end statement for each of them, like what we have here. So each loop should have its own end statement, and the inside loop should be at the same level, like the F4 and end, they should be at the same level, indent level. The same thing for the outside. We could do as many nested loops as we can, but usually 2 is more common, and that's a good application for that if we are working with if we are processing certain numbers in a table or a square matrix, or then we could pick one loop to represent the rows and another loop to represent the columns, so that we could keep finishing one line, or we finish one row, then we go to the second row, and every time we go to the second row, then we go into a nested loop. So that's kind of one application for that. So as I said, keeping like this is one application here, and you have to understand how it works. So that's the output here can help you understand how the loop works here. So remember that this is if it's only 2 numbers with semicolons, means the default increment is 1. So k will in the first pass it will be 1, and then it will increase increments of 1. So 1, 2, and 3. N also has increment of 1, so that n will take numbers of 1, 2, 3, and 4 every time. So let's see how. Let's try to understand what's happened. So first, k it will be 1, then it will run this. So when k equal 1, then it will come here. So that n will be 1, but n will run all 4 passes before k go and change to 2. So you can see k has stayed 1, and n just keep happening into a loop. So this is why we call it nested. So n changes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, while k is still 1. Then when it's done, then it will go back and just k changes to 2, which is here. Then the loop happen again, so n will be 1, 2, 3, 4 again. And then when it reach 4, then it will end. Then it will get back to another loop. So k now is 3, and the nested loop will happen again. We'll do some examples in MATLAB to make you understand it better. So let's move to MATLAB. Okay, so for this example, you can see I picked k and n. So, and you can see this is a nested loop because we have 4 and end, and you can see it's indented there. So as long as you keep it the same level, and this is the outside loop. So inside loop and the outside loop, each should be at the same level. And in the middle, we could, or in the center, we could put any commands we want. We could also put commands like what I did here before or after the inside loop. So that can help you. It depends on what you plan to do. Here I did something different than the one we covered in the notes, and you can see here k equal 1. So and the increment is 1. So k just keep every pass. The first pass 1, second pass 2, 3, all the way to 10. But this is sometimes you need to have the inner pass with variable number of passes. So for this one, it's not a fixed one, so it will keep going until from 1 to k. So the first time, the loop will happen from 1 to 1. For the second time, the loop k is 2, so that will be for the second time. The inside loop will run twice. Then For the third time, when k equals 3, then the inside loop will run 3 times. I put here can see the simple here and see how what do we get when we run it. So you can see, so the multiplication here. So you can see the first time when k was 1, it printed only 1 star there. Then when k equal 2, it will make 2, then 3, then 4, all the way to 10. So just that, so that you can visualize how can we do that. I did another example. It's the opposite now. If you look at the second one, and let's just go through that. I did the opposite. So I start from 10 to 1, and then I use the increment of -1, so it will decrease by 1. So the first time it will be the first pass, k equal 10. So then the inside loop will run all the way from 1 to 10. So the first time we should get 10 stars, then second time 9, then just go the opposite of this one. So that will let's run it and see what we get here. And you can see that's what we have. So it's the opposite of what we did of the first application. And then, I mean, if to help you understand what's happening here, let me another example here. So again, so I just made it smaller. So k from 1 to 4 for the outside loop, and again, just pay attention to they should be at the same level, and the inside loop is from 1 to 3. And I just put the passes and see how many passes do we have. So the first pass, k equal 1 and n equal 1. Then the second pass still k does not change because we have to go from 1 to 1. So that's the passes that happen, and we put the values there. So let's run it and see what's the results here. So you can see for the first pass, k equal 1, and then n equal 1, and then I just put just the different variables there. So what will be the just call it x here, so that will change value. So you can see k was 1 for the first time, and then n was changed to 2 times, then just keep happening. So first time the inside loop was happening 1 time. When k equal 2, then the inside loop will run 2 times. When k equal 3, the inside loop will run 3 times, and when k equal 4, the inside loop will run for 4 times. So that's, as I said, there are several applications where you need to use nested loop, so you have to understand it, and again, just make sure to pay attention to the structure. And it's easy to forget one of the ends here, so that keep that in mind. If you have nested loop, each for should have its own end, and it should be at the same level to end it. Okay.